Hello and welcome to my channel, of which I'm not going to tell you the name because it might change. Anyways, my name is Josh. I also go by Serkon, S-E-R-K-O-N, which is my gamer tag. I also go by my trail name, which is NASA. You guys can call me NASA. That's what we'll go by here because this channel for now is going to be all about
pause for effect.
Hiking. We are hiking the Appalachian Trail, and I say we because I'm going to bring you along with me, or at least I'm going to attempt to do that the best that I can. Today, we're going to talk about a few things. Number one, like, what is this channel about? What is the AT? Why am I going to do it? Why am I going to vlog it? And yeah, without further ado, like, let's just jump right in, shall we? All right. First and foremost, I've been hiking now for probably about 8 years. My first hiking trip ever was in 2016. We went to the Appalachian Trail. We hiked for 5 days. That was me, my brother-in-law, and my sister. The experience was absolutely amazing. The weather was perfect. It never rained once. It maybe sprinkled on us a little bit, and we might have even pulled out our pack liner or our pack covers. Yes, I carried a pack cover back then. We might have even pulled those out for a moment, but literally I don't think it was even necessary. One thing that did happen that year was we got stung.
Ah, a bee! That's right, I'm a bee, baby. Ah! I'ma sting you. No! Ah!
We'll go over that in another video. We went straight to Springer Mountain and we hiked 50 miles from Springer Mountain, whatever that is. First off, what is the AT? The Appalachian Trail is a footpath that is 2,197.4 miles long. At least in 2024, it varies from year to year on the exact mileage, like the 0.4 could change or whatever because they remap and rezone. And it goes from Georgia, from northern Georgia, all the way to Maine. Starts at a place called Springer Mountain, ends at a place called Katahdin, Mount Katahdin. Thousands of people attempt every year, and a very low percentage, I think it's something like 30% of them actually finish. A huge percentage that actually quit in the first 30 miles. At Neal's Gap, they actually tie their shoes together and hang them in a tree. It's actually a pretty cool sight. We saw those shoes in the tree and we were like, no way, bro, we're not quitting, no way, right? We kept going. It was a wonderful experience. I'm hoping that my through hike will be the same kind of experience. Why would I want to do the AT?
Tell me why!
From the moment I stepped on the Appalachian Trail, I just knew. I just knew that this was something that I wanted to do, right? I connected on a level that I've never ever connected with pretty much anything. I don't want to use the word spiritual, but it was almost a spiritual experience. For me, it really registers that, humans come from nature, right? We are a part of nature and you really can't get away from that, man.
I'm a nature guy. Of course I will not stop trying to inspire people.
I just feel like we should get out, explore the world that we came from, and really connect with the nature that we've disconnected with. Incorporate your technology with it. Bring it out here. Have a good time. It can take anywhere from 4 to 6 months to hike the whole Appalachian Trail.
Sorry, what?
And yeah, you're living in the woods, camping, carrying everything in your backpack, your tent, your shelter, your tent is your shelter. Your sleeping bag, your bed, everything, your bedding, your clothes, all of it, your food, your water, everything is carried, all the electronics, everything in a backpack on your back.
No.
So yeah, so that covers basically what is the AT, where is it at, how far is it, how long does it take?
What else?
So there's several different types of hiking you can do on the Appalachian Trail. Right? Obviously you could go out for a day hike. A lot of people just do day hikes where you just drive out, you hike for a few hours, you get back in your car, you go home, right? Section hiking, which is the very first thing we ever did on the Appalachian Trail. You can go out for multiple days, do a section, a couple weeks at a time, and then go back home. And the final type is through hiking. And through hiking, obviously, is doing the whole thing from beginning to end.
What did you just say?
From Springer Mountain to Katahdin, the whole 2,000 miles. And that looks different for everybody, right? Some people are purist and they want to hike every single mile, which is probably somewhere where I land. Some people do it's like slack packing, where somebody will carry their backpack, their main stuff during the day, and then they just carry a really light pack, you know, for the trail, and then at the end of the day that person comes back and either picks them up and takes them back home or drops off their pack for them. I'm not sure if I'll be doing that. I feel like I'm a bit of a purist. Like, I want to hike all the miles.
Miles, miles, miles.
The slack packing, though, not gonna lie, I'm not even on the trail yet, and it has a bit of a ring to it, right? Mainly because, like, your backpack gets heavy, bruh. and I mean, if you can go a day or two without having to carry all of that weight, it's gonna feel amazing. Why would you want to walk that far? My soul yearns for this journey. I can't get it out of my head. Right? I think about it all the time. I dream about it. I've dreamt about it from the very first moment we walked onto the trail. I just wanted to keep walking. I just didn't want to stop.
It's about the journey.
How much does it cost? So, this is a very controversial topic. I've heard a lot, right? I've seen people say that they have hiked the whole thing for $1,000, which is kind of extreme to me. You know, I'm not saying it can't be done. That just seems like really extreme. And then on the other end, I've heard people spend, you know, more than $8,000 on their hiking trip. I also seems very extreme.
Make it rain, baby!
I don't have that much money. I'm just gonna pinch pennies as much as I can. I've come up with a few ways of food cost, and so I'm hoping that those will save me in the end. I found a company called Northbay Trading Co, which is absolutely amazing. They freeze dry and air dry fruits and vegetables, and you can buy them in bulk from them. And I'm gonna carry that with some quinoa. It takes about 20 minutes to boil it. I've been practicing at home. It's actually really delicious with some salt, pepper, and garlic in it. Without that, it's very bland. And then in the morning, I'm just gonna be carrying plain oatmeal, I think, with some fruits in it. I ordered some freeze-dried fruits, so I can just add that to my oatmeal, and those will reconstitute, or who cares if I have some crunchiness in my oatmeal, right? The cool thing about the vegetables and quinoa is literally I have 2 weeks, 14 days worth of food in just the 1 pack of quinoa and the 1 pack of vegetables. 14 days worth of food. And it's pretty lightweight, right? So I'm pretty stoked about that.
I always like food.
So this is not my first time trying to hike the trail. I've tried 2 other times, neither of which did I actually make it to the trail. That's how hard it is to get enough money to actually get to the trail.
Yes, I know. It is hard. Life is hard.
I guess if you're really dependent upon food, hiker boxes and that kind of stuff, and just the charity of others, I suppose you could make it. I don't want to put that much on the line. Both times I tried, I worked for a company that actually at first seemed super okay with me going away for 4 to 6 months, and then as the time drew closer, both times they got cold feet or something, and so then things began to change. And so the second time I actually ended up losing my job.
Guess what? You're fired!
Prior to being able to go hiking, and so lots of stuff happened and I had to make a decision and I couldn't go. This year, I again lost my job.
You're fired again.
Just before I decided to go hiking. The difference is that this time I have spent the past 2 years building a van a camper van, which I was able to sell, and I actually came out with a little bit of money. It's not what you may think. I definitely don't have 10 grand to go spend on the trail. I have already purchased most of my stuff as far as gear goes. I'd already purchased it prior to going hiking. I did have to upgrade a few things, like my sleeping pad that I had before was like 5 years old and it had a couple of holes in it. I have, my backpack was the flat REI Flash 55, which is an amazing backpack. However, it can't quite carry the amount of weight that I'm gonna need on the trail. As far as weight goes, I'm gonna be right around 30 to 35 pounds. And
what about second breakfast?
for lunches this year, I'm not really sure yet what I'm gonna be taking. I'll let you know as I figure that out. Obviously, lots of protein bars and beef jerky is one of my favorite things to take. I usually take some peanut butter and jelly of sorts. I'm gonna have freeze-dried apples with peanut butter for sure. Super stoked about that. I'll probably get sick of some of this stuff and then I'll switch it up, and when that happens, maybe I'll let you guys know, right? Where do you sleep? Okay, so where do you sleep? I sleep in my tent on air mattress. It's a very thin air mattress, and actually I'm gonna go a step further than that, and I'm gonna put my foam mat underneath my air mattress, which I've already done, and it's amazing. It helps so much. You know, sometimes your knee pushes through, or if you tried it when you're trying to turn over, I toss and turn a lot, and so when I turn over, sometimes my hip or something will find a rock underneath the air mat, you know, because it's so thin. You know, my air mattress is only like 2 inches thick. So, yeah.
All good things must come to an end.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out. Leave a comment or two, also really helps me out. Helps with the viewership. Thanks guys, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.